Don't ever let anybody gaslight you into believing that there's no such thing as voter fraud, because there is. As if, Kash Patel and the FBI's current investigation into alleged Chinese interference in the 2020 election, which it almost kind of sounds like I'm almost kind of skeptical about that because RussiaGate turned out to be such a shit show, but Russia turned out to just be a complete lie. Russian interference in the 2016 election, and we turn around and say the Chinese helped got Biden elected. There was I don't believe it was a legitimate election, but I don't know if the Chinese are involved. But that's neither here nor there. The point is, no, for all of Biden's presidency, we were told voter fraud isn't a problem, and if you question the integrity of the election, you're a bad person. Well, take a look at this. 15 suspects, including former Texas House candidate, charged in state-led vote harvesting investigation, the DA says. Now, this is on a local level, but still, the point is, don't let anybody ever gaslight you into thinking that voter fraud is not a problem, because it is. 6 suspects, including the Frio County judge and Pearsall council members, were arrested in May. 9 more indicted on Monday. This is in Frio County, Texas. A former candidate for San Antonio mayor and former Bexar County Democratic chair, a former candidate for the Texas House, and former Pearsall council members are among the 7 suspects who turned themselves into Frio County jail on Wednesday in connection with a massive state-led election investigation. KSAT investigates confirmed. These are Democrats, by the way. Now, I'm not saying that Republicans have never ballot harvested or have never committed voter fraud in any meaningful way. I'm just saying every time voter fraud gets caught, it's almost always Democrats. And it kind of tracks because Republicans tend to still have hope in the system. Whereas Democrats are mostly black-pilled and think that they have to cheat to win because it's every election is an existential threat, and if they don't cheat to win, then the world's going to end if the Republican who they currently hate gets elected. 81st Judicial District Attorney Audrey Gossett Lewis confirmed the following people were indicted on Monday in connection with the investigation. Quote, former, or I don't know why I said quote, these aren't quotes. Former Bexar County Democratic Party chair and former San Antonio mayoral candidate Juan Manuel Medina on 2 counts of vote harvesting. Former Pearsall mayor Petra Davina Trevino on 1 count of vote harvesting. Former Dilley council member Inelda Rodriguez on 3 counts of vote harvesting. Former Dilley mayor Mary Ann Obregon on 2 counts of vote harvesting. Rachel Leal on 1 count of vote harvesting. Former Texas House candidate Cecilia Castellano on 2 counts of vote harvesting. Susana Flores Carrizales on 1 count of vote harvesting. Precinct 3 Frio County Commissioner Raul Carrizales III. I wonder if they are related in any way. On 1 count of vote harvesting. They're probably married. Who knows? Pearsall ISD Board Secretary Marcela Garcia Benavidez on 1 count of vote harvesting. So, yeah. Great. Again, this was a local election. It doesn't matter. Election fraud happens, and it happens all the time. They spent 4 years gaslighting us and calling us crazy and calling us evil and saying we were trying to destroy the world. We were trying to destroy the United States democracy. All the while, Democrats were doing this shit all over the country. Medina and Rodriguez are the only 2 people who have not been booked into the Frio County Jail. Gossett Lewis and sources tell KSAT investigates that they plan to turn themselves in over the coming days. KSAT investigates called 9 suspects. Only 3 answered: Trevino, Castellano, and Leal. Trevino directed KSAT to speak with their respective attorneys. Castellano's attorney, Don Flannery, told KSAT investigates on Wednesday night that his client is innocent. Of course he would say that. He said Castellano's charge is connected to her 2024 campaign for the Texas House. Quote, this is a politically motivated harassment by Ken Paxton in the AG's office, Flannery said. Flannery also criticized Castellano's vote harvesting charge, which has been challenged, or which is being challenged. Quote, even if the statute was constitutional, she didn't do anything approaching what they've accused her of, Flannery said. Leal said she didn't know why she was charged. She also told KSAT she was literally leaving flyers at people's houses, which she said was not illegal. Leal said she had nothing to do with ballots. Several of the suspects are among the group seized in May by the Texas Attorney General's office. There are now 15 suspects who have been charged in connection with the investigation. So, granted, none of these people have been convicted yet, and some of them might have not done anything. Some of them might just be like close associates who are kind of getting swept up in this, and if that's the case, then hopefully they, justice is served in their case, that they don't end up having to do time, especially if they didn't do anything wrong. Like, whatever, Democrats are fake and gay, and I don't like them, but I don't want anyone Democrats, Republicans, retards, I don't want anyone to go to jail who doesn't deserve to be there. In May, KSAT Investigates broke news of the first 6 arrests, which included the following prominent Frio County elected officials. Frio County Judge Rochelle Camacho, Rochelle Camacho on 3 counts of vote harvesting. Purcell County City Council member Ramiro Trevino on 1 count of vote harvesting. There was another Trevino up here. Petra Divina Trevino. I wonder if they're married, or I wonder how they're related, or is it just they both have the same last name and it's just a coincidence? Purcell Independent School District Board member Adrian Ramirez on 3 counts of vote harvesting. Former Frio County Election Administrator Carlos Segura on 1 count of tampering with evidence. Purcell City Council member Rachel Garza on 1 count of vote harvesting. Rosa Rodriguez, who the 81st Judicial District Attorney said is an alleged vote harvester, on 2 counts of vote harvesting. These suspects entered not guilty pleas during a May hearing and are expected back in the Frio County courtroom later this month. According to a district website, Benavidez' term on the school board ends in May of 2026. Yep. More reporting on using public document. Oh, okay. I'm not fucking digging through this. Okay, I thought it was going to take me straight to thing. So yeah, no, I just thought that it was interesting, and that and it's almost understandable why this has to happen in a red state like Texas, because it's like Republicans or Democrats don't often get elected in Texas for anything. I mean, Texas has its fair share of Democrat mayors. I'm pretty sure the mayor of Austin is a Democrat, so on and so forth. But still, when you're in a state as red as Texas, it's understandable. I'm not condoning it, but like I said, I understand it. I understand why they would do this, because they're going to lose if they don't. And again, if you gaslight yourself into thinking that every election, if it doesn't go the way you want it to, is going to be the end of the world, well, then you can almost understand the mind frame that would put someone to think that they would have to do this. Again, not condone it, but just understand it. But yeah, like I said, don't let them gaslight you. Don't let them lie. There's tons of these cases all across the country. Democrat voter fraud happens constantly, and that's just a fact of life. Simple as. Feel free to agree or disagree in the comments below, and be sure to like the video and sub to the channel, and go to all my links, sub to all my other channels, and follow me on X. Come check out the game streams Tuesday through Thursday on Clown World Gaming from 5 to 8 p.m. And then check out Clown World Chronicles, my podcast on Saturday mornings from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. usually. Times subject to change, of course. But yeah, throw me a bone.